mess. Because now that we see everything that happened with Mr. McNeil, his window getting busted, him getting slammed on the ground by these police officers, face all bloody. He says he suffered a concussion. Now we get to hear what happened to the officer that landed that punch that, hey, I got to give Mr. McNeil credit. He absolutely ate that punch. So shout out to him. Either way, what's going to happen here? And we're actually going to hear from the DA's office about what the Jacksonville Sheriff Department had to say about this. It's getting ugly in Jacksonville, guys.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, a Jacksonville Sheriff's Office traffic stop going viral with 1 million views and climbing on social media. Now we see all the angles of the interaction.
I'm about to break a window.
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
JSO releasing body camera footage from each of the 3 officers who were involved in the incident, which is now drawing national attention. After roughly 4 minutes of asking William McNeil Jr. to get out of his car, officers smashed through the window, pulled him out of the car, and pinned him to the ground, telling that driver to stop resisting. The viral traffic stop now prompting questions of drivers' legal rights and demands of transparency from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
This incident happened back in February, but McNeil just posted the video on social media this past weekend. Sheriff T.K. Waters says an internal department investigation into the officer's conduct is underway. A violent altercation that all began when police noticed McNeil's headlights weren't on. News for Jax reporter Eric Avignon joining us live in studio tonight. Eric, you have more on everything that's happening here.
Yeah, so we just found out today that encounter between Will McNeil Jr. and Officer Donald Bowers, again, it happened back in February, but Sheriff T.K. Waters announced today that he didn't know about it until someone had told him about that cell phone video that was posted onto social media. He said he ordered an immediate investigation into the matter.
My blogger's license.
This is the cell phone video that has since gone viral after it was posted onto social media.
Exit the vehicle!
You just saw 22-year-old Will McNeil Jr. being punched in the face by JSO Officer Donald Bowers during a traffic stop. Now, here is the newly released body cam video showing how it all began.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. 2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight.
3,
I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
35. I'm not pretty bad driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
This brother, he's tried something he saw on YouTube. No, I'm not giving you that. Why'd you pull me over? He already told you, man. I'm gonna let it go.
Step out of the vehicle.
No,
Step out of the vehicle.
No,
Moments
step out of
later,
the vehicle.
after more cops show up, Officer Bowers' body cam records what happens next.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
10:33 at 15:21 hours.
Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. Get on the don't.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
McNeil pled guilty to driving on a suspended license and resisting arrest without violence. Sheriff T.K. Waters says this encounter could have been prevented if McNeil had not resisted arrest. But what about this punch to the face as seen in the cell phone video?
Was it appropriate for the officer to punch this guy in the jaw after he'd already broken the window? Was that yes or no? Was that appropriate?
It depends on the circumstances. But it's already determined it's not criminal. Now we're going to look for JSO policy violations. How about that? Is that good?
Well, if a civilian did that to another civilian, they would be in handcuffs.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the circumstances, the situation.
I asked that same question to civil rights attorney John Burrus. If his name sounds familiar, it should. He represented Rodney King in court after King was seen on video being beaten by Los Angeles police officers during a traffic stop.
This ain't Rodney King, but we'll keep it moving.
Burrus has no affiliation with this investigation.
If a regular civilian had done that to another person, would it be safe to say that that civilian would have been charged with aggravated assault and
Eric, stop with the race baiting, sir. Please.
Would it be safe to say that that civilian would have been charged with aggravated assault and destruction of property?
Absolutely. And that's why a civil rights case is going to be filed soon.
John.
Now, McNeil is being represented by civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump and Harry Daniels. And when I spoke with Burrus, he showed interest in joining those attorneys in this case to create what he would call a legal dream team.
So one of the things that the sheriff did today, we learned a lot. We saw the additional body camera videos there. Now that we know William McNeil Jr.'s name, you've been looking into maybe his past. What have you found there?
I think you're talking about the officer.
Thank you very much. Yes, Bowers is the name
Officer
of this
Bowers,
officer.
yeah. So what I found out is that he is no stranger to the IA, Internal Affairs. In fact, he's been at the center of 5 previous internal affairs investigations. 3 were initiated by civilian complaints, and the other 2 were from within JSO. Only 3 of the complaints led to either a reprimand or some type of counseling. So again, now this is a totally different accusation here. We're talking about,
that's scary.
Did he violate JSO policy? Because as we know, according to the state attorney's office, which was revealed in that news conference today, they didn't find any criminal wrongdoing. The state attorney didn't. And
no idea at this point how long the internal investigation will take.
Have no idea how long that could take. I mean, it could take weeks, it could take months. It just depends on, in terms of their policy, JSO policy, what did they deem that if a policy was broken?
Mm-hmm. Eric, thank you.
Interesting. Very interesting. So now we find out the officer involved in this entire situation has had previous complaints against him. This is the thing that scares me. Officers like this who show a pattern of behavior, even if they're removed, oftentimes they go to another precinct and maybe go to another county. And that's something that definitely needs to be fixed in this situation. Now, did he use reasonable force here? I'm not an officer. I don't know, but let's listen and see what the DA's office had to say about this, because it gets worse.
Chris, and there was more local fallout tonight from that viral cell phone video of the traffic stop.
Several hours ago, protesters gathered in front of City Hall to demand justice and accountability from Sheriff Waters. News for Jackson reporter Eric Avignon attended the protest, and he's joining us live from downtown with what they had to say. Eric?
Yeah, Joy, when we spoke with protesters, they said the big elephant in the room was the way Sheriff T.K. Waters responded to legitimate questions that they said they cared about during yesterday's news conference, questions that centered around that video recorded beating of Will McNeil Jr. Just days after this video showing JSO officer Donald Bowers punching Will McNeil Jr. during a traffic stop went viral.
Indict, convict, send those brutal cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Demonstrators gathered in front.
What happened to hands up, don't shoot? I guess we forgot about that one.
Of City Hall to protest the officer's use of force. McNeil was pulled over for not wearing his seatbelt and not having his headlights on during inclement weather. An exchange of words led to the traffic stop turning violent.
The officer should have just told the brother, your headlights are not on, turn your headlights on and drive during inclement weather. See you later.
Protesters say Sheriff T.K. Waters made matters worse during his Monday news conference to address the video recorded beating.
You blame that young man for not coming to you.
Oh, this narrative is disgusting. He's calling it a video recorded beating. Jesus.
Reporting this, but you say you hold your officers to a high standard, so why didn't the officers go and self-report themselves?
Although the sheriff says he has been transparent about the video recorded beating and other instances where his officers' actions made news headlines, protesters say he is not being transparent enough when it comes to answering honest questions.
Because it's far too long now that he has been getting away with not answering questions.
How the sheriff answered one question in particular during Monday's news conference had protesters sounding off.
Was it appropriate for the officer to punch this guy in the jaw after he'd already broken the window? Was that yes or no? Was that appropriate?
It depends on the circumstances. But it's already determined it's not criminal. Now we're going to look for JSO policy violations. How about that? Is that good?
Well, if a civilian did that to another civilian, they would be in handcuffs.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the circumstances, the situation.
It's disgusting what his response is. It's truly disgusting. There's no accountability for these officers.
I don't think he meaningfully answered any questions.
He seemed evasive, very, very general answers. I'm not buying any of it.
I think his approach was, how can we deflect, how can we undermine, which I think is the last thing that we need from our law enforcement.
Wow.
Now, this morning, the sheriff went on NPR radio and answered a series of questions, including questions about Monday's news conference that in itself went viral on social media. In the meantime, this issue is not going away anytime soon. Demonstrators are planning to gather in front of JSO this Saturday at 5 p.m. for yet another protest.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Eric needs to chill, man. He's calling this a video recorded beating. Bruh. First of all, it was already determined it wasn't criminal, okay? You can move forward in the legal process to say that you disagree, or we can let it go. It wasn't criminal. Now, as the sheriff said, we're going to determine whether that was a violation of their policy. Is it a violation? I don't know. If it's a violation, what's going to happen to the officer? Maybe he's on a certain amount of leaves. Maybe lose some vacation days. I don't know. That's the scary part to me. An officer who's, according to this news station, has had repeated offenses like this. That's somebody that does not need to be on the force, even if he's using that type of force properly. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments in the chat.